and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back here live from the Vibe for the TWC Show. I got both. Devin's finally back. Thank you for returning to the show, Brock Lesnar. On your part-time schedule over here.
It's a holiday season, man.
Holiday season.
It's family time.
Sure. We got Unkit here, who was on like episode 3 or 4. One of those times that Devin decided not to show up again. We're back.
What episode number is it now?
I think we're on 26.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
We'll fact check you afterwards.
We'll fact check me afterwards. But we're back. We're here live from the Vibe. We're here to talk about wrestling. It's been a really busy week considering that Wrestle Kingdom was over this past weekend. And like every other year, I watch New Japan Wrestling for the month of January. Then I usually stop. So we're going to talk all about that. But also Raw, SmackDown, AEW. Did any of you guys watch NXT?
How did you feel about Wrestle Kingdom?
I enjoyed it a lot.
Because, I mean, you've historically hated Japanese wrestlers.
I've never historically hated Japanese.
You hate Asuka.
No. See,
you hate Shinsuke Nakamura.
I like Shinsuke.
I've been watching wrestling.
I dislike Asuka. No. That's true. I like Shinsuke. I was off and on about Kairi Sane, but I like her now.
You don't like Japanese wrestlers.
Yes, I do.
That means something.
No, I just don't like them in the WWE.
Listen, I'm not throwing any accusations out. I just stick with the facts.
I was always a fan of Muda. I like Jushin Thunder Liger, who's now retired. I've always been a fan of Shibata.
You've always been a fan of Shibata
since back in the day when I first saw him, like in 2006. Like I was a G dude.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what he's probably doing. MMA.
No, he left and New Japan Wrestling in 2006 to go do MMA, and then he was in pro wrestling.
So you saw him right before he left.
I watched him 3-4 times before he left.
What did you see him in 2006?
On fucking YouTube and shit, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to fucking be. I'm a wrestling.
I got this guy riled up. He's swearing off the bat.
I try not to swear. I had to like stumble words so I didn't say swear words. But like like I used to Google this stuff all the time. All
right. I was wrong. Okay? I was wrong. You really do hate Japanese wrestlers.
You're just basing this off of I don't like Asuka, which I never liked.
Didn't you say Kushida sucks too?
No, I never said Kushida sucks. Oh, Alex Shelley's coming back. That's dope.
Right? Didn't you say Will Ospreay is your only Japanese? The only
I don't like
New
Will
Japan
Ospreay.
wrestler you like?
I don't even like Will Ospreay.
Why? Because he's got purple hair.
No, it's just not my style.
Wow.
I'm just not a huge fan of like I like what he does. Like the matches aren't horrible, but I'm not like a Will Ospreay fan.
Well, you're a bigot.
Did you think Will Ospreay's match was the best match this weekend from those games?
I'm surprised more people aren't talking about it. I don't think it was. But
I don't think it was either.
I mean, by the time Monday rolled around, it's like everybody had forgot about it.
It was a really good match. It was entertaining.
It is,
but it's just not my style.
It was your regular Ospreay match.
That's the thing. It's a regular Ospreay match. Are you an Ospreay fan?
I think it's fun to watch.
That's the thing. He's fun to watch.
I don't think he's a top guy. Like
I'll never say his match is like the greatest of all time. Like I'm never gonna make that rating system.
He needs to have more of a character and get into actual like more storylines.
How do you feel about Ospreay?
Like he said, his wrestling's awesome, but
you're younger than us, so do you like all the like? Because don't get me wrong, I appreciate and I understand
like the high flying stuff.
Yeah, I understand the evolution of wrestling, that wrestling can evolve. I'm totally with that. I get that theory, but I personally, like, just because I grew up kind of on WCWF stuff when it wasn't like those rest holds and this and that, like, are you a bigger fan of like this flippy stuff, this more choreographed style of wrestling?
There's a place for it, not the choreographed stuff. Like when you see Ricochet doing what he does.
I think Will Ospreay's matches are very choreographed. If I was going to describe him anyway, it's very choreographed.
Parts of them can be.
Well, I think wrestling, you want it to kind of look like it's not. You want to believe that it's like not choreographed. But that's my only issue with Will Ospreay. Once again, I think there's room for it for sure.
I think it fits on New Japan too because it's like you have your Will Ospreay match and that's the match that's like that. Not all their stuff is like that.
No, 100%. So. And that's what I say. Like that's why I think there's room for everything. And I'm like, if you can give us a little bit of everything, like that's okay if that's a one match that does that. But are you a fan of that style, being a younger fan?
Again, it has its place for it. It's
like, what's your preference of wrestling?
Like when you see like, the things you see on AEW, like the high flying and all that, the flips for no reason, that's not necessary. There's always like in Japan, when you see the more traditional matches, you see, what was it? It was going back to the G1, the whole Okada. I feel one of the Okada matches. I think it was with Sonata. When you see that, you see what they're leading into.
Yeah.
Right? That tells something.
That's the other thing with New Japan I want to pick you guys' brain about. Do you guys think, like, when it comes to the big main events now, there's a lot of that, like, hit your big finisher, false finish, hit your big finisher, false finish. Like, the fact that wrestling was split into 2 days, it felt like we got double that.
I think you're wrong. Because with New Japan, their thing in their big matches is teasing the finisher. And a lot of what their big matches are about is they keep teasing the big move, and someone almost gets it or doesn't get it or doesn't quite
That's
get
true.
it. They might have one near fall, but it's always building up. Like, you know, when Kenny Omega was there, it'd always be like he couldn't get that one winged angel, and like with Okada, he's always trying to wind up for the Rainmaker, but when he gets it, it's done.
But
It's
Okada's the
build
one
up to
specifically
it.
where I feel like sometimes he does
You're
hit the
thinking
rain.
about,
No,
you're
but-
thinking about the guys that
but
went
Okada-
to the guys that went to AEW. Those kind of guys, they'll do hit finisher after finisher.
No, but Okada is the one guy specifically, I'll say, does hit the Rainmaker maybe once or twice a match, and I never actually finishes.
and that's
the match.
like who doesn't do at least one or two near falls.
Yeah,
Why-
but he
why
actually
are
hits
you
it because
sing- why are
you
you
just said they
singling out
don't.
Japan?
But you just said that like, oh, they don't.
But I'm saying a
They don't-
hallmark,
no, because I feel like
a hallmark
in
of New
Japan,
Japan is their big matches, especially their top like tier matches.
Yeah.
Their big thing is almost getting the finisher, almost getting.
but I
the
feel like
finisher,
something they
teasing
do
it.
a lot now because recently I've been going back and watching
You
a bunch of
watched
the
one
older
show this
matches.
weekend.
No, but I watched a bunch of the older matches on New Japan World, so I took on login. I just tuning in. I'm like, that never used to be a thing, and now I'm looking at these matches. I'm thinking about the last like 3-4 years I've been watching Wrestle Kingdom, and that's like a common thing for the main event.
Yeah.
It's also a tease, though, right? You're building up. You gotta understand. A lot of the time when you watch, say for example,
Yeah.
WrestleMania, you kind of see who's gonna win. You know who's gonna win.
Well,
Almost.
my point
all
is,
the
I
time.
don't mind it, but the fact that it was Wrestle Kingdom was 2 nights this year, it felt like we got the same thing night after night. And then at that point, I'm like, oh, this is getting repetitive because the same thing kind of happened with Okada Ibushi. The same thing happened with Naito and Okada. And I'm like, if you like, you maybe shouldn't have gone so ham the first night if you guys were planning to do the same thing the second night.
But then it also shows how throughout the year, like they're doing their work getting finishers over because you probably bought a lot of those near falls.
No, for sure. And the first
So-
night, but when it came to the second
so,
night,
I
like,
mean-
I already expected them.
So,
like, we're gonna
so
go
as long
over
as it
it.
as long
yeah.
as it works, it's not overdone.
Yeah,
and
no,
when
it's
it
fair.
stops working, it's
Can
over.
we agree that
like,
one
like
thing
it came
is
to the point like it came to the point where we always knew at least one RKO is gonna get reversed, one's gonna
Yeah.
get kicked out of, and then AA someone's gonna reverse.
No,
one or kick out
WWE
of
felt
one.
notorious for that too. Like, if
So
we-
like a lot of the New Japan ones, like you kind of bind it because you're like, not only do they look strong and they hit hard, but you're like, okay, this could be it. This match has been going on for 25 minutes. It might only go for 30 minutes. You might get an extra 5 minutes out of it, but you're sitting there like, oh shit, this could be over.
what main event did you prefer more? Ibushi versus Okada or Okada and Naito?
Probably Ibushi and
Same
Okada.
here.
Yeah.
I think it's because I actually like. Well, that was one of the first times I was like, out of all the Wrestle Kingdoms I watch, because like it's true I don't watch all year long, but I watch every Wrestle Kingdom since like 2016. This was like one of the first times because even when he faced Omega or Naito last time or Tanahashi, like this was like one of the first times I felt like I was rooting against Okada because I wanted either Ibushi or Jay White to go the next night.
Jay White sucks, man.
I like Jay White. You
I
don't
love
like
Jay White.
I love Jay White. This is the thing about Jay White though. I think I like Jay White as a character. It's not his wrestling that makes me a huge fan of him. It's his character. I like there's a grimy guy with an accent who's like not like the rest of the Japanese guys that has Gato with him who's like a sneaky.
You like
little-
him because he's not Japanese.
No, cause
So the thing with Osprey too, eh?
no, I don't like Osprey though. I like Jay White.
You're racist.
No,
Do you at least like sushi?
yeah, I eat sushi all the time. You
Then
know
you
that.
should like their people.
I do.
You idiot.
I like Shinsuke.
You're gonna appropriate
I
their
like
culture
Shibata.
and not like their
I
people.
like Okada. I like Tanahashi. I like Kushida.
If we go to Wrestle Kingdom, I'm not going with you.
I like
I'm not going
Minoru.
with you.
I like Minoru Suzuki. That guy's a G.
You be
We'll talk
walking around
about
with a white pillowcase over your head in the goddamn streets of Tokyo.
Anyways, I like all these guys. I just didn't. This is all based on the fact that I didn't like Asuka, and I didn't like Kairi Sane off the bat. I hate Japanese people, according to Devin, because Asuka was the
Well, the
greatest
only
thing.
one-
Do you like him now?
The only ones we have reference to, you don't like.
I still don't really care for Asuka. I get her what she is and what she does, and like her character and everything. And once again, during that time, I wasn't a huge NXT watcher, so I didn't get the hype as much I guess other people did. And Kairi Sane, I don't know why. I had no reason. I just didn't understand the pirate thing at first, but that was really it.
That's fair.
But like Asuka, I hate her stupid dance too that Devin is a big fan of. I don't. That's my Asuka problem. But yeah. Back to what we're talking about. Jay White's dope.
The knife pervert.
Yeah, he's Jay White's dope. I was rooting for him to be.
Do you even remember that he was the champ recently?
Yeah, and I want him to be.
You're the only one.
I want him to beat Naito. I want him to go forward. And then when he lost, I was like, okay, that's fine. Then at least Bushi's gonna go. Because I just felt it's 2020. It's a new decade. Let's build a new star for the new decade. Because almost every year in New Japan they do something like that. Like the beginning of this year, they tried to make it Yuji Nagata or whatever his name is, and that didn't work out.
I don't.
And then they
You don't watch. They don't need to build new stars. They're whole top of their card.
but
They're all in their prime.
I know,
except for
but-
Tanahashi.
I know, but I'm just
Well,
saying.
you don't need to build new stars. Like that's like saying when you had like Triple H, Mankind, Austin,
No, but that's
Rock,
like-
all these guys. That's like saying build new stars. No, we have all the stars
But
in
it
their
feels
prime.
like Like it's like, so let's put in this example. Like say
It's because you only watch the big shows every year, so all you know is Okada
that's
and
like
Naito.
that's like going back to like let's do Cena and Orton again. When instead we could probably do Cena and Rollins, or we can do Orton versus Kevin Owens. Just put the guys that are already established and already big stars, and nothing's gonna happen to them. Okada's like Cena. Naito can be like a Randy Orton. Let's put those guys up there again instead of trying to put these younger guys that have won champions, have accolades. Ibushi's done a ton. He's not a young guy. He's been doing a shitload of stuff in Japan for like a decade now. He's not a young guy, but when it comes to New Japan, he's never had that spot that Okada's had. He's never had that spot that
Yeah, but when
Naito's
you
had.
look at the top of the card, you got Naito, you got Tanahashi, you got Okada, you got Jay White, you got Kota Ibushi. You're referencing WWE. You're John Cena and Randy Orton got boring and they were around for so long.
I know.
They have a whole top of the
But I'm
card
saying-
in their prime. Who are they gonna bring up? That's
But
not how
I'm saying
it works.
not bring up. But I'm saying like those guys.
Who are you gonna make? Who's a new star? Naito's never won that belt.
Yes, he has.
The main belt he's never won.
Yes, he has.
He has.
He's never beat Okada for it.
No, that's the
many-
story. That's the whole story. The
That was
story
the idea
was
of it.
that was the whole story. Is the fact
Oh,
that he's
so
never.
did he win it before he came back as his new character?
Yeah.
Oh,
20
nobody
he
watched
won-
New Japan back
No, he
then.
won it. No,
2016,
and he
didn't
won it with this character.
Who did he
The story is that he never beat Okada,
Oh, okay.
and the story is that 2 years at Wrestle Kingdom he lost to Okada. And if you go even further back, like when Okada started rising up, like he beat Naito back in like 2007 or something. And Okada was on the rise and came and challenged who was a champion back then, Tanahashi, and everyone thought it was funny. And then Okada became this big star. Like, trust me, I know my Japanese wrestling even though I don't watch all the time. Okay? I can tell you the whole history of Japan right now from Wrestle Kingdom 1 to then. Because I'm a nerd. Like I said, I go on Google, I go on YouTube, I watch stuff because I like to know things about wrestling even though I don't watch all the time.
Yeah.
But like, listen, I never grew up with ECW, but I know a lot about ECW now just because I'm a nerd. But I'm a wrestling nerd. But so like, I get the story.
So who did you want to win?
I get the Naito Okada story.
You said you were cheering against Okada.
I just didn't want it to be Naito versus Okada the second night.
Well, you want to see Jay White versus
I
Okada?
either wanted to see Jay White versus Okada, or I wanted
Yeah.
to see Ibushi versus
You know
Naito.
Ibushi's
I get
like
where you're
40.
coming
You know
from.
Ibushi's like 40 years old.
No,
right?
I get that.
Okay.
So why wouldn't we give him this moment now at Wrestle Kingdom before he's gone or gets forced to retire like Shibata or something? Let's have him have a moment. Because how many moments has Okada had at Wrestle Kingdom?
He's not
at
a New
this
Japan.
point in
He's not a
time.
New Japan guy. They're not gonna do that.
Who?
Ibushi.
Yeah, but he is now.
Yeah.
You know what I
They
mean?
built him up to that point that they can consider that, right?
Yeah. You know, a lot of guys aren't New Japan. And Minoru Suzuki didn't start in New Japan. That guy was doing MMA and all this stuff before he came over here.
Neither did Kenta, actually. Kenta
Was a pro Noah guy. He was a
yeah.
Noah guy. Him and Shibata tag teaming Noah for years against Masawa guys and stuff. Once again, I'm a nerd. But like,
You just started looking it up this week.
no, I've been looking up for years.
No, you didn't.
Years.
No, you
You
didn't.
don't know that.
No, I do
We can
know
talk
that.
about this all the time.
I'd like to.
Let's do it. I'm a nerd. Dude.
I know your memory. You're clearly refreshed because you've been looking it up this past week since he gave you your password.
Oh, that for sure.
Yeah.
I've been going back and watching stuff, and I'm like, oh. I watched some old Wrestle Kingdoms and stuff, some matches from back in the day, but I'm fresh. You can't fuck with me. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
without that password, you would have never said the names Masawa or Kawada to me ever.
Hey, Masawa is like barely in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's a Noah guy too.
Yeah, okay.
Kenta Kobashi and Masawa, that's all Pro Wrestling Noah stuff.
Mhm.
Leaving All Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah, anyways, I need to give you a history lesson about Japan since I'm a big Japan buff now. But
Oh my god.
since I'm an influencer of Japan,
Oh my god. Shoot me in the head.
Oh my god.
but
My God.
don't get me. You want to talk about Antonio Inoki? I can tell you some stuff about this guy.
That was cool.
Yeah.
How he showed up.
Oh, for Liger. Let's talk about that. Liger's last matches. It's cool to see a bunch of the old school guys show up on the first night. I thought that match was a little bit better than the second match, but I get what the second match was for. Is to put over the young guys and ride away in the sunset. The first night was cool, though. It was like a bunch of the famous wrestling dads coming out there and doing their thing. It was good. It was a nice send-off. I watched that part of Dash. Thank you for your password.
You're welcome.
Thanks. And seeing Antonio Inoki show up, you know, he left New Japan Pro Wrestling way back in like 2007 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
after he ran into the fucking ground.
Yeah, when he tried to make it way too much MMA-ish and it just didn't go in the right direction. But it was cool to see him come there and give Liger a farewell. But the coolest thing, I want to say that maybe I'm wrong, but I actually like the respect that the Japanese fans had for that send-off. Like when they did the 10-bell salute, like it was like dead silent. Where like, I don't know, I feel like in a WWE crowd that wouldn't be the case. But it was good. It was a good little send-off.
Well, it depends who you do it for.
Yeah, I guess so. And then
Did you notice they put Benoit in there?
in the video pictures and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think they care.
I don't think it either. Considering how big, at least in Japan,
Well,
back in
Pegasus
the
was
90s. Yeah.
nerd. But what else happened in Wrestle Kingdom that was dope? I guess we can talk about Moxley and I was about to say Ambrose, Moxley and Suzuki. That was an unexpected, cool little surprise. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah. I actually enjoyed that match with Archer, or the hell his name was.
Yeah, it was good. I've never been a big Lance Archer fan. I never thought
He's got a cool look. He's different.
Since the G1, he kind of blew.
He's
up
been
a
impressive. Yeah, since the G1, supposedly he's blue. I didn't watch those G1 matches.
They needed to because so many guys left, right?
Yeah, and Moxley was the champ that got injured or couldn't make it to the show, so they stripped him. They need someone to hold the belt, and I think they did it in a smart way. Having Moxley beat Archer and then go against I was about to say CJ Perry. Wow, that's not even the right name. It was Juice Robinson. CJ
And
Perry.
it was CJ Parker.
CJ Perry's Lana.
It was CJ Parker.
Yeah. And anyways,
Because you haven't been Googling them this week.
No,
so it's hard for you to
It's not
remember.
refreshed on it.
You're such a phony.
I'm not a phony. I know my shit, and you're disappointed because where is this coming from?
You're as big of a fraud as the moon
You don't
landing.
even know what I know.
I know what you know.
What I know,
And you know that I know
what
what
I
you
know.
Yeah.
You know, okay?
You don't know shit.
I
You
know
don't even like
everything.
Japanese people.
I do. I don't know where you came up with this theory.
And this is the guy. Japanese wrestling's all about matches.
Yeah.
You've been going on and on since the show started, since I met you. You don't give a shit about matches.
No,
I
but this
watch
is the
wrestling
thing.
with you. You don't even
This
watch
is
the
the thing.
matches. You wait till it's over, you watch
This
the
is the
ending, and
thing.
you watch the angles.
When I watch WWE, I want entertainment. When I watch New Japan, we've talked about this.
We've gone episodes.
But we've talked
about the story.
We've talked about this in previous episodes. When I watch New Japan, I actually watch it for the wrestling. When I watch WWE, I want to be entertained. Well, you know what? I'm totally okay with stupid weddings and dumb angles.
You're probably
in
that guy
WWE.
sitting there like, why
If
are
there
these guys forearming each other in the head so much?
if there was stupid like angles in New Japan, I'd be disappointed.
Why are they counting to 20?
I expect
What's going on right now?
I expect different things from different shows. This show's off the rails. I don't know what's going on here. Anyways, wow, I was supposed to be talking about Wrestle Kingdom here, and I'm just getting like, you're just trying to beef with me the entire time.
You start talking about New Year's Dash.
Yeah, I did.
You jumped ahead.
I know, but I'm just gonna say.
You're the host. You're supposed to right the ship.
I don't know how to when you keep telling me I don't know what I'm talking
That's your
about.
job. I don't know. I watch a lot.
Tell you that I know what I'm talking about.
I don't see most of the good hosts don't lose track of the show like
Jeez
that.
Louise, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, what else happened?
You should never ask me. You should have let me stay gone, man.
Why?
You should have been like the studio's closed down. We're shut down the show and shit.
We're moving. The show is moving, guys. Don't tell Devin. What else happened? What other matches? You guys watched the shows too, man. You guys leaving this all on me. How do you guys feel about Jericho versus
It
Tanahashi?
was great.
That was awesome.
That was a good match, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jericho's always just so good. All of his matches. Again, I'm biased, but
I think, I don't think anyone believed that he was gonna lose and have to get an AEW
thought
title
he
shot. How do you guys feel about Jericho talking about AEW and New Japan working together in the post press conference thing? He's like, I'm a smart businessman. I think it's smart business if we work together, and I don't want.
He makes a good point.
Forbidden door closed.
He makes a good point.
I think it would help both companies because there's arguments are like, oh, AEW just wants it because they're struggling.
when you look at it now, right?
It's like,
I just think it helps both
and
guys.
he knows too because in Japanese wrestling, like people hold grudges forever.
Yeah.
So I think he's just trying to mend the fence because obviously there's a little bit of drama with Young Bucks and Kenny. Oh, we're disrespected. They didn't let us go on New Year's Dash and all this bullshit. Whatever, is what it is. But they tend to hold grudges and stuff. And Jericho knows he's good with both sides, so he's trying to mend the fences. He's smart. He knows they're gonna make more money, and if they bring some of those guys over and they can sell out shows, sell out arenas.
I have to consider it too.
It's not just about TV. You're
No,
trying to sell tickets and stuff too, right?
They have the US side too now, right? Like the whole New Japan US.
Are they still
and all
doing that?
Well, they're doing a whole tour there.
They're
next month.
gonna set up an office and stuff over in.
That's insane. They already have the LA dojo, right?
Yeah.
What else is going on here? Sorry, my hair is.
You're a New Japan buff. You should know about
I
that LA
do, I
dojo.
do. Shibata is one of the trainers out the LA dojo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I just know my stuff, man. What can I say? I'm just an encyclopedia of New Japan Pro Wrestling
I
here.
don't think so.
You don't
Spitting
know,
random
so
facts.
that's a problem. What you know, what you don't know now, you know. Okay, I'm telling you, man. I don't know what else to talk about, guys. What else happened to Wrestle Kingdom? This is the worst episode yet.
I thought you watched it.
I did, but everything I say, I just get shut down anyway. So tell me what else you liked.
I thought he was a New Japan professional.
Yeah, what you?
I told
Where's
you.
your notes? Did I not tell you to write notes?
I've been swamped this week.
With what?
With school just started.
Jesus,
I'm out of
this
it
is why we
now.
can't have children on the show. They're fired after this.
What do you mean?
He's younger than us. He's still in school. I don't know.
Yeah, so what's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm just saying. You're
Well,
supposed
you
to
go
make
to
notes.
school.
Jeez. Okay. You are a problem today, sir.
You shouldn't
Devin
have
took the lead today.
You shouldn't have started talking about Japan, man.
I was actually gonna jump into Raw and SmackDown, all these other things. And
Well, another interesting thing they did this year is they're changing. They did 2 nights this year.
Yeah.
They're doing the whole because I think the Olympics are happening in
they're changing the G1
the
later.
schedule,
Yeah.
so they're changing the whole thing up. So now I think the way you look at it,
Spread out.
it's spread out.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's further. It's later on now. So closer to actual Wrestle Kingdom is when the G1's gonna happen.
Jay White
happening in
versus
October.
Ibushi the second night was a dumb match because it was way overbooked, and that was very WWE-ish, okay? Because when I watch New Japan, I expect like wrestling matches and good wrestling matches, and that ended up being an overbooked Gato getting interfering in chairs and all this silly stuff, and it wasn't as good as the matches the night before. Does that make you feel better?
When you look at it closer, though, like, you know, you're talking about Naito before, how he won now.
Yeah.
He brings a good point. They're all good. Like, they're all top stars.
No, they
right
are.
now.
And don't get me wrong. By the end of this year, I do see either Ibushi or Jay White getting pushed to the moon at some point or winning the belts. My thing is,
Yeah, I don't think Naito's gonna be champion. too
Wrestle
long.
Kingdom
Yeah,
is,
it'll be long.
and with Kenta, the Kenta thing was sweet,
Yeah.
unexpected, killed the celebration. Bullet Clubs needs that. Like,
Just completely killed the moment. I was laughing so
butchered
hard.
it,
Man.
and the thing, and as you brought up before, Kenta's a Noah guy. He's never
Yeah.
really going to be considered a New Japan, less than Ibushi, less than other guys. He's always going to be considered the guy that was never a New Japan guy.
Yeah.
Even when he left even when he left Japan to go to WWE, he was never a New Japan guy. He was always a Noah guy. He's always doing the other stuff. When he came back, he's in New Japan Pro Wrestling. They never really accept the fan base never really fully accepted him when he came back. Hence why he turned heel, joined the Bullet Club, all that stuff. And him killing the moment for a guy who was strongly considered a New Japan guy in Naito, plus him being in the Bullet Club, who really needs a shot in the arm of momentum because they've like been the least successful group in the last year in my mind. From what I know, once again, I haven't been watching all year. Admittingly, you tell me if that's true or not. Compared to like
what?
Chaos and like LIG or whatever.
LIJ?
Yeah.
Ingornables.
Yeah.
You're talking about Bullet
Like,
Club?
I thought
They've
you were
been the
I
least.
thought you were the
they've been-
encyclopedia of
They've
New
been the
Japan.
last stuff. You've killed the encyclopedia. You've
Yeah,
read pages
okay.
out of it.
You've been googling
The
history and
confidence,
watching old
the
shit. You
confidence.
don't know
has been full of-
anything. You don't know.
I know
anything that's going on
everything.
now.
I know every. I just told you so much about Kenta. Like this guy will not accept. This guy will not accept that I know things. Like
Who
it's-
doesn't know that Kenta's from Noah?
You guys didn't like about 20 minutes ago. No one brought it up. You're gonna pretend you know now?
Okay. What color's Noah's ring?
It's green.
Not anymore.
What is it now? I
They
don't know.
changed it,
What is it?
and the people are.
I haven't watched it.
People are in an uproar. You've never watched Noah. I've never watched
I watched
Noah.
the old school
Nobody's
shit.
ever
I
watched
watched
Noah.
matches old school. I never watched it. I watched matches from there on YouTube.
Wasn't it gray at Wrestle Kingdom?
Huh?
Wasn't it gray at Wrestle
They
Kingdom?
changed it. They used to be green, and people got all choked because
No,
they
gray,
changed it from
gray.
green. No, it used to be green.
No, gray. What is it now?
They just made it regular now, I think. They changed it like a few months ago. It was like always green, and people were like, "Oh my god, you're changing the iconic ring."
Okay. Anyways, back to what I was saying.
I thought you were talking about his hair.
Honestly, I don't even want to talk about Japan wrestling no more because anything I get is just gonna get shot down.
You're like, wait, what groups are there? It's the most least successful groups out of. Okay, so it's the Bullet Club.
but the Bullet Club out of
it's
the
the Club to Bullet.
No, because like think about
Gun
it, like,
Force.
Naito walked out. I mean, like LIJ walked out with so many belts and stuff at the end of Wrestle Kingdom.
But
like,
look at
you
it,
know.
how they've been building up since G1. Remember I told you before, Shingo Takagi, they're killing
Yeah.
it. He's killing it.
And I've heard, and once again, I haven't been watching, but I've heard a ton of stuff about that. Remember, I asked you as I was watching, like, who's the Shingo guy? I've been hearing about Shingo.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't have a way bigger spot on Wrestle Kingdom.
I haven't. This is like my first time actually like seeing him because even if I've seen him in the past, it didn't flew in my
Yeah,
head
that's
'cause-
like 6 months they've been building him up a lot.
Yeah, because a lot of people have been saying Shingo. Oh, his match with Will Ospreay at G1 a second. Didn't watch it, but
Yeah.
like, so remember asking like, who's the Shingo guy? But my point was all these other groups seem to be doing a lot more than the Bullet Club has been doing. This Kenta thing was a big good thing for the Bullet Club, which feels like it's falling behind.
Well, on the junior side, they've been there, right?
Yeah, kind of, and obviously
Taiji
like
got ELP, and they've been doing
they
this.
shout out to LP though. It's great seeing him on Wrestle Kingdom on the big stage.
Yo, sick, dude.
Yeah,
He was really good.
Double
I was
champ.
happy for him, man.
Just
Yeah.
walking- double
Just
champ.
killing
Double
it,
champ.
dude.
That whole towel thing he did too. The crowd was awesome.
And he'll be at Ballroom Ball in a couple of weeks here in Vancouver. He's the wrestling, I believe. What's the kid's name again? Beef Boy. Forget his actual name.
Those shows are so much fun.
Paul Elliott, I think. He's gonna be facing him one night, and the second night he's facing somebody else. I think he's like in a tag match or something. But yeah, here in Vancouver, if you're in the area, go to ECCW's Ballroom Brawl in Vancouver.
You ever gone to both nights?
When I used to go, it only used to be one night.
Oh,
So I haven't gone to any of them ones recently, but I think I might only be going to one night this year. We'll see what happens.
I think Chase Owens came last year.
Yeah, I went to that night.
You went to that one?
Yeah, LP versus Beef Boy. I think that's January 18th, and then he's in a big tag match. But yeah, Ballroom Brawl's always a blast. Every time I have gone, it's never been a bad time.
Yeah, it's a good show.
You're able to drink. You can have a good time in there. It's a good vibe, man. Anyways, yeah, seeing LP on a big stage, that was dope.
Yeah.
It was cool to see, man. I think that's. I don't know what else you guys want to talk about. I'm like ready to move
Back to
away
the
from
Ibushi
Japan.
thing.
Okay,
They're gonna book. So
I don't want to talk about Japan again on the show.
we'll go after this. I think because you know how it took 2 years for Naito to go and win the whole championship. Look at you guys.
Of zero appreciation
These are the whole.
for my knowledge in Japan. Clearly, I'm like trying to talk for the people, and all I get is you don't know nothing. This is fake.
Get over it. You're a fraud.
I'm not a
I
fraud.
think I talk about Ibushi, man.
Go ahead, talk about Ibushi.
No, I'm saying in a couple years it'll probably be the case. Because like the same thing with Naito, he won in 2016, the G1 and whatnot, made his thing.
Do you think either one of these guys is gonna win the G1? I don't think Jay White's gonna win the G1. So probably Ibushi. I mean, probably none of these guys. I don't think either of these guys are gonna win.
Kent doesn't win it.
Kent doesn't win the belt from Naito. At least one of the belts.
Didn't he just lose on the weekend to Goto?
Yeah, he did.
And then now Goto's challenging Shingo, and that's the next.
But maybe you
match.
need to lose to move on to like Naito.
And now they're teaming Ibushi and Tanahashi.
What is Okada
against-
gonna do now?
Huh?
It was so weird. What is Okada gonna do? It was so weird seeing him in Dash and just a random tag match with no
He'll
belt.
probably take a break.
Probably
But
fun
that's
to
what New
see.
Japan does. They're always in tag matches if it's not a big show.
I know, but it just felt weird with those.
Like even the road shows, you see them always in tag matches. But now they're actually teaming Tanahashi and Ibushi, I think, against, I forgot who it was. I think not 3K. Oh, I gotta
Like
check
showing
on
you.
that.
Showing Yo.
Yeah,
Because
because they lost on the weekend too.
With Rocky Romero. Yeah, I'm just saying things we probably shouldn't say because Devin's like, you don't even know that. You don't even know who Rocky Romero is. Fraud. Okay, listen, lawyer. So the Big Show is back, by the way, guys. The Big Show showed up on Raw.
Yeah, did you just like you cream your pants on
I
that?
predicted in my Flick Chat group that the Big Show was going to return as a joke, as I used to love to use the Big Show for
Why don't you
every,
promote your flick chow?
for every occasion. I will, but and I threw in a GIF of the Big Show saying the
It's
Big
a
Show-
GIF.
Okay, I threw in a
GIF.
GIF.
Don't say GIF, man.
Is it not a GIF? It's
No,
a GIF.
Only foot dudes call it GIFs.
Okay, now we're full dudes, we're frauds.
Yeah.
What else are we?
All the Fs.
Influencers.
There's,
Okay.
there's another F coming pretty soon. And now we're gonna get a fist fight next week. Whatever the fuck that
I don't
means.
even know. I honestly, guys,
A fist fight?
if you're still tuned in, thanks. Much appreciated that you're still here.
They lost as soon as you started off talking about Japanese wrestling and how much you hate Japanese people.
I don't. You started that off. I like Japanese people.
Dude, this is 2020. You're not allowed to just be outwardly racist like that.
I'm not. I told you guys all these things I know about Japan.
Yeah,
how
you
I
talked
used
a
to
lot about
watch
Jay
this
White and
that.
Will Ospreay.
The two things that stand out for him.
That's not even what I
I
talked
love
about.
how Jay White has an accent that's not Japanese. But yeah, Big Show's back and he's in a fist fight someone next week.
What the hell is a fist fight?
No idea. I thought it was just how's that different than what we're doing?
I don't know. I like Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe together. They make like a cool badass team. Big Show doesn't seem like it should be a third person, but I'm happy to see him back. It was good stuff. I like the whole nickname Monday Night Messiah from Seth Rollins. It's
Yo, but the
catchy.
thing with like Joe and Owens, man, it just makes me sad because every time they do something that I actually like, they're just gonna take it away in a week or two.
Yeah, maybe.
I like Joe on commentary.
He was good on commentary.
He was really
I liked
good.
him there.
There's certain guys that like they're good at, like I remember when Punk was on commentary for a bit. It was a great time. But and it's also like Joe and Kevin Owens like if you look at the history, like the last two people you'd ever want to trust. But now they're
Right?
trusting each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, so who's gonna turn on who here? Well, who's turning on who? But that, I think Raw, what else? Andrade and Rey Mysterio tore the house down. It was a great match. I'm glad Andrade won. And when they gave us that short tease that Mysterio won when Andrade's foot was on the rope, I was like, no. But then nothing against Rey Mysterio, but I want Andrade to have like a healthy, good run with the belt because for a bit he was just kind of lingering and not doing much besides being a Humberto. So now he's the champ.
Yeah, he's on fire, man.
Yeah. The whole Lashley Rusev thing needs to end.
It's been going on for a long time.
I thought it was over after the match, and then I thought it was over after the wedding. At least Rusev's part in it. Like the fact that Rusev still cares is what bothers me. I don't mind if they're still fighting, but he's acting like he still wants to beat up. Like, why do you want to beat up Bob still?
I don't know. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Like you keep smiling and being happy.
So
So why do you
acting
even
like you're over it?
Yeah.
And you come with hey, it is I, Rusev from Rusev Day. And
But
then you
also,
still wanna fight
Bob, I'm still mad at you.
Yeah, listen here, Mr. and Mrs. Bob. Like, dude, and this green screen beach that he was at when he was just backstage. Like, I understand like trying to fake it, but if you're gonna fake it, at least put him on like a real beach. Like, I don't know where they were.
You probably turned into like a lunatic.
The whole point is supposed to be like happy, dude.
I guess so. If that's the case, it worked, I guess. I also didn't like the fact that Liv wasn't really involved in it, besides coming up in backstage after and being like, I'm going to be in Rusev's corner next week. Like,
Yeah.
she made such a big return last week and confessed to
They didn't really
loving
follow up
Lana.
anything.
And then this week, she kind of was just like, it was them basically saying, oh, we didn't follow up with this week, but don't worry, we're going to follow up with the next week, just to let you guys know she's going to be there. I felt like that was kind of bad. What else happened?
I mean, it hasn't bothered me that much because I haven't paid that much attention to it. But like, I would like to pay attention. But I mean, anything that'll get Lana off the TV.
Dude, she's so bad at cutting promos.
She like, oh, I'm such a good actor. This and this. Like, listen, like you're not.
At one point, Bobby Lashley told her to shut up, and I'm like, oh, about time this guy stood up to her. Like, jeez, man.
rubbing off his makeup and
What's
shit.
going on, Bob? Aleister Black beat Shelton Benjamin. We're gonna have Aleister Black versus Buddy Murphy again, which I'm down with.
Yeah, why not? Better than doing nothing. I guess.
I'm not like I do wish that they would have done something different last week. If you guys listen to the show, I was hoping they'd book them against Lesnar and stuff. I just fantasy booked and stuff, but just do something with them. But they're gonna be facing each other again. My thing is, what I questioned last week is what is Buddy Murphy and Aleister Black gonna do after they stop facing each other?
Aleister's gonna beat Andrade.
Hopefully.
Oh.
I think, but Andrade has so many people are after him right now. Rey Mysterio, who I thought was going to get
He's
involved.
the only one with a belt on the fucking show.
Rey Mysterio, who I thought was going to get involved with the whole Owens Samoa Joe thing, but ended up being Big Show, is still going after Andrade now. And he seems like he's angrily going after Andrade as he attacked him for his mask backstage. Humberto's going to return sooner or later. He's going to be going after Andrade. And then, like, I don't know, Andrade seems like he has a couple of...
Wait, Elimination Chambers before Mania?
I think so. He's got a lot of
Next
targets
one.
on his back. That's all I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I don't know when does Aleister Black really go
I
after
can't
him.
believe the Rumbles this month. It doesn't feel like it.
Nope.
That sucks.
But yeah.
What's Lesnar's deal?
Have you guys thought of...
So
yeah,
Lesnar's in the
exactly.
Rumble.
Yeah.
So immediately when they said that, I'm like, oh, so he's defending his title in the Rumble, but the word is that he's not.
Why would you think that?
Because I'm like, well,
They
if the
would've said
champion's in
it.
the Rumble. Well, no, because the promo started with Heyman saying like everyone's wondering who Lesnar's going to fight at the Rumble.
He's gonna fight whoever eliminates him.
Yeah, no, for sure that's what's
And
going to
then
happen.
the winner is gonna be obviously be on SmackDown. Then I
No,
guess.
that's exactly what's going to happen. But
I want them to do what they did with like Benoit. It's like, what show is he gonna pick? Who's he gonna go after?
like
that-
if the SmackDown guy wins, like he might go after the Raw
yeah,
guy.
that was good stuff.
Yeah, it's just because this is why I thought the title was gonna be in the line. Is because the promo started with who's Lesnar gonna defend his title against. Everybody wants to face him. Well, he's gonna face everybody in the Rumble. So I'm like, oh, he's gonna face everybody with the title on the line. No, he's just gonna be in the Rumble.
Well, they're making NXT a part of it too, right?
You're confused about that?
It just threw me off because I said initially I thought the title was gonna be in the line, but then they went to like the belt on the line. I was like, oh, that's lame.
I feel bad that you got tricked like that.
I know. Cause
I didn't get tricked.
I would have liked the belt being on the line. That would have been like the third time the belt's on the line in the Rumble.
No, I'm happy that it only happened.
Wasn't that like back in the
once.
day?
Yeah.
When 92 was when it was
Yeah.
vacant, and then 2016 Roman Reigns had to defend it against everyone.
When Triple H won?
Yeah, and it was fun when the title.
I actually, it's never happened in any other Rumble, but I laughed at the end of that. I was like, oh my god, Triple H just holding the belt up. I'm like, here we go, man.
But you know what I mean?
And then wasn't that your first Mania?
Yeah,
like the
first
worst
Mania
main
ever,
event
yeah.
in the
Wow.
entire history.
But the show live
Triple
was
H
fun.
main eventing WrestleMania has never gone well.
No, it hasn't.
Orton match sucked. Jericho match was fine, but like nobody gave a
Jericho
shit.
Styles, a lot of matches fun. Shane and Taker was just kind of fun to watch. It wasn't a good match.
No, I'm
though.
talking about all the Triple H main
Oh,
events. I
I
don't give a
thought-
shit about the WrestleMania you went to.
Oh, it was a good WrestleMania live.
Yeah.
The Triple H's main events aren't. Yeah, the Order match sucked. Jericho was okay. What else was your main event? That was it.
Jericho and Styles, right?
No, I'm talking about WrestleMania Triple H matches. It's just the one against Jericho and the one against Orton, and then this one.
Yeah. He hasn't really gone on last.
Cena and JBL went in last that year.
How about the year you returned back in 02? That's the
Cena
last time.
versus Triple H at WrestleMania 22. That went on last, right?
That was good.
Yeah, that was decent.
I like that.
But then maybe you got to give credit to Cena, which is something you really do.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know.
You're such a fraud.
I don't even know. How am I a fraud?
You hate Cena so much.
I do. Mostly during that era, I really did hate him.
He's a lost cause.
So Rumble though. Who's
Roman's gonna win. He's facing the Fiend.
No, I like.
That's it. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
And Matt Riddle's gonna eliminate Brock. I'm just joking. But if Brock comes in first and Matt Riddle comes in number 2, because Brock's coming in first, that's the other thing that's confirmed. That'll just be fun.
See, like I'm down for Roman and the Fiend, but I want someone else to win the Rumble because Roman doesn't need that.
Honestly,
I'd rather just see Brock win the Rumble then.
He hasn't been in the main event picture for a while. I
Not
guess.
since he came back?
Yeah.
I'd rather just see Brock win the Rumble then and have Roman get to the Fiend another way.
Or they could swerve as well. Brock could still get eliminated, and someone could still win the Rumble from the Raw side.
Dio Madden's eliminating him right in number 2.
Not Dio Madden.
100%.
It's probably gonna end up being like
100%.
people are saying Cain
Velasquez,
Velasquez. That's a
yeah.
big one.
Oh,
He's gonna
great.
come in and eliminate him, so we get a rematch. Which honestly, it was cool the first time around. I don't think people cared that much to have the rubber match.
Well, actually, I do. I want to see them actually have like.
A proper one because
Yeah.
the Saudi one wasn't proper.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was like a really short match, wasn't it?
Which
Yeah,
one?
Super
Yeah.
short.
Yeah, he like made him tap. Which technically it's like, okay, so Cain Velasquez beat him in UFC, Brock beat him in WWE. Now they need to have one last match, like the rubber.
But nobody
match.
wants to see a UFC match.
Thanks for spelling the story. Thanks for spelling it out for us.
I'm just letting you guys know I know things before Devin tells me I don't. He calls me a fraud and tells me that you don't even like the wrestling matches. You just like the story. So let me explain the story to you guys. This is all I'm allowed to do on this goddamn show now is tell you guys the stories. And I can't even get those right clearly. I might as well just quit the TWC show.
No, you did get it right.
Jeez Louise.
The whole 2-point history of it.
Okay. Anything else? Randy Orton, Seth, AJ Styles and Randy Orton go at it. AJ hit an RKO, but they're facing each other next week, so good stuff.
Like, what's like... Are they going to do what they did, like... Wasn't it like last year's Mania when they had like everything booked like 2 weeks before?
That's what I feel like is happening with every dirt sheet and everything rumor site, and everyone's like, they don't really know what they're doing. This is one of the first years they don't have like plans way ahead of time.
Honestly, man.
I think the last time they probably didn't have plans properly ahead of time was WrestleMania 32. Besides Triple H and Roman, there's so many guys that were injured. Like Shane came back and they had to like throw a bunch of things in
I'd
the
be
air,
a lot more pumped if if one of the title matches didn't have that stupid red light.
Yeah. Hopefully they won't do that for Mania, though.
They will. They'll find a way.
Hopefully they'll drop it for Mania.
So stupid.
The Viking Raiders retained their titles in the triple threat tag match. I was good to go. On the SmackDown side, Sheamus is back. The Usos are back. John Morrison is back. What was you guys' favorite return of the week? Usos?
Easy.
Yeah.
They got a little bit of a new look. They cut the hair. They're still the same Usos. They just cut their hair, basically. But
it's cool to see them back. They'll just come back.
It's cool to see, and I know you wanted this. I think you wanted. It's you who's been saying you wanted this for a while. This incarnation of the Usos, like the Uso Penitentiary Usos with Roman Reigns. This is gonna be a cool little group.
Yeah, it'll make Roman look a lot.
Because we used to see the colorful Usos with Roman Reigns. We haven't seen the Uso Penitentiary Usos. With
yeah,
Roman Reigns
no, it'll be good.
And it's weird because I did assume. I think in the draft they were actually drafted to Raw, but
who knows?
Who cares?
Drafted, were they?
I don't even know. But who cares?
I don't think they were drafted.
This is good for them. It's good that they're on SmackDown. It does kind of.
Hopefully they have a driver now.
What do you mean?
Just driving them around so none of them get behind the wheel.
Fair. But no, I think it's cool, man, and it was bound to happen. Someone told me that it's advertised for the Vancouver SmackDown, like it's been advertised.
Did you get tickets?
I like up in there. I got one ticket here. I got another ticket over there. I got tickets. I'm trying to sell tickets that someone bought me. It's just I don't know.
Tell me.
Going on.
I need 3.
Do you? Okay,
yeah.
I'll let you know. But
it's
being advertised that the match in Vancouver is supposed to be Roman. It might be the dark match. I don't know that. That's Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin in a loser eats dog food match.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing on the house shows.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh my god, so it's be an interesting thing for SmackDown to see that. But yeah, what else happened? Sheamus' entrance return was cool. When he came out, when the Revival was beating up Chad Gable, I'm not gonna call him Shorty G.
That's his name though.
It's not Chad Gable. It almost they tried to make it seem like he was gonna save Chad Gable, but all of his promos pointed to him being a heel anyways. So it was expected that he was gonna bro kick Chad Gable, which
kick the shit out of him.
He looks great. He's back. He kind of looks like he used to back in the day. It's 2010 Shamey again. But I just I wish they gave us a little bit more context of what he's going to do. Like I don't know.
Tune in next week.
I know. I guess so. But like he didn't even get to the mic and say fella.
He couldn't say like. I think it was Corey Graves.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, the fella is back. And then Michael Hall, they fix it like the Celtic Warriors return. Like, thank you. The fella is, oh my God, man. Shut up.
Yeah. I don't know. And John Morrison's return, if we're going to call it that.
That was useless. I don't like that.
I don't think it was useless. It's just, I don't know if that was the best execution.
Nobody cared about him when he was here before. Why would anybody care now?
He just opened the door. It's cool to be like, oh, he's with the Miz
He's a recognizable.
It would have been cool as a surprise, though, right?
He's
like
a recognizable
face.
face.
Something like that.
He would have. He's the perfect guy that would have been cool for like having this return at the Rumble as a surprise entrant.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what the cool way you could have brought him back. But they want to put him in this angle with the Miz now because the Miz is changing because he dealt with the Fiend and now he's like angry Miz and he's gonna be on Miz TV next week with John Morrison. But it's like you couldn't just wait till the Rumble. And had like maybe the Miz in there getting teamed up on by a couple guys and John Morrison comes out and helps him out.
They don't see him as that big.
Maybe, but I do think the whole him opening the door like it was unexpected. There was I guess a little bit of shock value to that, but at the same time it wasn't like
maybe a wee
effective though. Like what are we supposed to care?
Yeah, SmackDown has not been good since like the first episode.
The women's division, nothing really happened on SmackDown. Once again, Bayley's irrelevant. Sasha's still feuding Lacey, and they're gonna face each other next week.
Yeah.
What else?
That was nice. That was nice of you to even mention the division.
What do you? No, because obviously I love Sasha, so like I've got to let you guys know what she's doing. But it hasn't been that great, to be honest with you. And their champions are relevant. Sasha Banks should be the champion, not Bayley. That's my only point about it. Yeah, I don't know what the Fiend came to attack Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
that was that. Nothing else really happened, man.
Was
Shinsuke took out Braun Strowman. They're going to be fighting for the Intercontinental title. Otis and Mandy still have their love story going on, which is entertaining.
They'll never have any idea what to do with Braun.
No.
They don't know.
Well, I guess he could be the IC champ.
They might as well just pay him to stay home. They have no idea. Like, what do you?
They had him with all the momentum in the world, and he should
Yeah.
have beat Brock, and he should have been the champ.
I agree.
Even if it was fucking briefly in 2017 or
They
16.
definitely should have. That was why wouldn't you?
Instead, he won tag titles with a kid, and
Why did Brock need to be the champion?
why does Brock need to be the champion half the time? Why is Brock the champion right now?
I'll never get it. I don't
remember when I say this a bazillion times. Brock is an
think
attraction.
He'd be a main event.
Yeah, he's an attraction. It's understandable why he's there. I get that. I'm not saying Brock shouldn't be there, but he doesn't need to be the champion.
No.
That's the thing, you know? Like, Brock sells tickets 100 times. I do agree with that. He just shouldn't be the champion.
I don't know if he does.
I think people like.
I would, if he was coming, I'd for sure buy tickets.
Yeah, people that don't watch wrestling, like, well, Brock Lesnar, he's a recognizable people that even
Yeah.
non-wrestling fans know.
The ratings don't change when they announce him,
That's probably true, but
and I don't actually think it does anything to ticket sales.
I don't know.
I think the only person that actually noticeably changes ticket sales right now is Cena. Still, when they announce him, ticket sales go up.
Or
You would know
the
better than I do.
legends.
I don't look at those things, but
Yeah.
not like how I know about Japanese wrestling.
Yeah,
I don't look at ticket sales and stuff.
Spit
but
numbers.
I'm not
I mean,
gonna be a fraud about ticket
I mean,
sales.
you do
and
drive a
ratings.
Honda, so maybe you're not that racist.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Just a little bit racist.
Why is it so hard for you to realize that I actually have an appreciation for Japanese
I
wrestling?
never said any of that. I'm just saying.
I like wearing Japanese on my shirt.
All I'm saying is this is all new knowledge.
It's not new.
I never said you don't like it. I never said you don't know anything
It's
about
not
it.
new. I've known a lot of this from back then. The stuff that is new, the stuff that's happening now that I didn't know.
Why do you need to draw a bracket? You can just talk.
Because I feel like I need to make notes.
So here's the new, and here's what I know.
So
Here's not what I know.
Here's the web. So this is the old stuff. I know this stuff, right? This is
Yeah.
the new stuff. I don't really know the stuff. This stuff is just kind of like refresher. This stuff is new to me. I had to learn about it. And then I watched Wrestle Kingdom, which is
You're drawing
really
an
new.
alien.
Fills
So-
in the gaps.
You
Is
know,
that
when it
Statlander? Oh, we're talking about AEW.
Oh, we can talk about those guys. That show
Your favorite
sucked.
show.
Last week I said it was kind of dumb how they didn't follow up with all the Dark Order stuff after like the Dark Order attacked everybody.
But they did that because everybody hated it. It was
And then-
smart that they did.
And then they didn't follow up with the Nightmare Collective stuff after they did a bunch of Nightmare Collective stuff on the first episode in AEW of 2020. And then last week's episode was really good. They followed up with the stuff this week and it sucked.
Brandy Rose is horrible.
I'm happy Luther's there.
She was good.
Oh, yeah.
Luther's a dope dude.
Yeah.
Seen him a bunch of times here at ECCW
Oh, many
locally and
times,
stuff. He's
many
such a
times.
nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say that because he's a bad guy on TV, but he's a dope dude. But I'm happy he's there. But the Nightmare Collective needs to go.
I mean, who cares? It's the women's division.
And that women's, they could actually made the women's division like meaningful, having Statlander
Dude,
versus
I
Riho.
saw for like 2 or 3 weeks.
And then they ruined it with a shitty
like 2 or 3
finish.
weeks, everybody's hyping up Statlander like she's the second coming of Jesus. And then I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. And I'm just like, her? Like, okay. Is this where we're setting the bar now?
I mean, Orange Cassidy is the most over guy in the entire company.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's bad, but that's where the bar's been set.
He's fun.
Yeah.
He's fun.
It's the bar.
You want to see what he's going to do because you don't know.
The bar is set at you got to be fun, otherwise nobody's going to give a crap about you.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's even going on? Like,
Because Cody's feuding MJF, but they never cross.
Hangman's alcoholic now.
Yeah, Cody's feuding MJF. They never cross paths.
Omega's still useless.
Like Cody's in the building, MJF's in the building. Every time MJF comes out and talks shit about Cody, the only person that doesn't come out is Cody. Everybody else will come out, but Cody. Instead, we have Dustin coming out. We have DDP coming out, cutting a promo, and I love DDP, but man, his promo's going nowhere for so long.
What's the other team? The Blade and the Badger or something like that?
Blade and the Butcher.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, those guys and Bunny, Blade, Butcher, and Bunny. It was
I'm
good.
gonna try-
Hey, you got this down just as much as JR does, so it's okay.
I'll try to Jungle Boy Jack Perry. I'll try to start watching it again.
It's just
And
so
it makes me sad because I do like watching everything Jericho does because it's
Yeah.
always good. The Inner Circle stuff's good.
that was the
Moxley's
best segment
good.
of the night.
But it's just like I'm just like I don't know. Like there's only so much time in the week. I already watch a bunch of wrestling, so it's just like sometimes on Wednesdays I'm just like I don't want to watch this.
Jericho versus a Jericho segment trying to convince Moxley to join the.
You got bubbled out.
Keep wanting to say Ambrose
My bad.
to come into the Inner Circle. That was about. There was a point though. I'll admit, I kind of felt like it was dragging. I'm like, we all knew that Moxley's gonna take.
Did you know that
Jericho
John
out, but it
Moxley
took so long.
was in New Japan at one
Yes, I
point?
did. Yeah.
New Japan regular?
Yeah, no, not regular. He's been around.
It was actually a 2019.
2018, 2019, you know? He
US
wrestled in
champion.
shorts for a bit. Yeah. I think he won the
With Shooter.
IWGP United States Championship or something.
That's
like
who I
that.
want to see go to the top.
Yeah.
Shooter.
Yeah, Shooter.
His little promos with
Yeah.
Shooter were awesome, dude.
Those are classics.
Right?
Those are really
So
good.
funny.
Those are really good.
Yeah, well said, Shooter. This guy just stands there quietly and shit.
Gave him a jacket, okay?
So
They're good.
Hey, Shooter! We're going to Red Lobster.
Anyways, we're not talking about Japanese wrestling anymore since Devin's not really a big fan of talking about Japanese wrestling over here.
Yeah, I don't want to make sure you don't say anything racist on.
I'm not. Why would I say anything
He's
racist?
just covering you. He's just making sure you're good.
You're just my friend.
The title of the show's gonna be like never talking about Japanese wrestling again.
I don't want you to get canceled.
What do you mean canceled? Nobody put us on a network, but this is on YouTube. YouTube can't cancel us.
They can cancel.
Not the cancel culture.
They can cancel TWC.
Over false accusations that you made up.
Huh? Oh, calling me a liar?
Yeah, I am calling you a liar. Fraud.
First you called my girlfriend a hoe, now you're calling me a liar? Jesus.
I don't know what this guy's talking about. Anyways, AEW, man. This is
Yo, I had a thought
good.
yesterday because I haven't watched AEW for a bit. All of a sudden, I obviously see it on Twitter and stuff like that, right?
Oh, DDP's wrestling next week.
Yo, who are the tag champs?
SCU.
Are they ever on TV?
Yeah, they were on TV this year.
Was it
Christopher
good?
Daniels
Are they good?
fought Sammy Guevara.
I thought Christopher Daniels was gonna join the
Dark Order came out, tried to recruit him, and then
darkness or whatever.
SCW came out. SCU came out.
SCW? Watch Arrow on the CW.
That's like a Jim Ross week. I don't know who you're talking about, but he's like, here at AWE.
and then if you call him over saying something wrong, he goes on his podcast. He all got thimble nuts. I hate every single one of you. I don't suck.
Speaking of guys calling out guys,
Yeah.
who do you think would win a fight, Meltzer or Saturn? I messaged
Meltzer.
you. I messaged you right after.
Meltzer.
Listen, I've met Dave Meltzer. He's a cool dude. He's a nice guy. I met Ryan Saturn.
I'm sure Saturn's a great
I got
guy.
a little bit more of a personal relationship with Ryan
He seems
Saturn.
like the kind of guy that would run or phone the police.
Yeah, and Ryan Saturns a really cool dude. I've got to work with him. Like I know more personally than I know Meltzer. But I messaged you right after. I'm like, honestly, I'm not the biggest Meltzer fan when it comes to Meltzer dick riders.
Yeah.
Like I respect Meltzer, but it's dick riders. I hate that shit. But I'm like, let's be real here. Like I think Meltzer could take Ryan Saturn in a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Like if these guys actually go in a fist fight, which is a big thing on Raw these days, Meltzer would beat Ryan Saturn.
Yeah, that was so funny.
I buy a ticket for that.
He's just like calling out your peers or whatever. He's like, ask Wade Keller or Bruce Mitchell.
As much as Meltzer talks about wrestling and transitions and holds and stuff, like the guy's got to know some stuff, right?
Yeah.
At this point.
Plus he's jacked.
And he is jacked. Like I said, I've met both of them in person. They're both really cool. They're both really nice. I'm not trying to like diss either one of them, but like Meltzer would probably take Ryan Saturn, right? Like we can all agree here.
What was the whole thing behind that? Is because he's on TV?
Because they're saying that now that he's on backstage,
Yeah.
that he's a WWE shill, and this even goes back even further because there was a point where Corey Graves was.
He kind of is though.
Because Corey Graves was talking.
I've
about
even
some
seen
stuff.
he's been deleting like his like negative tweets on WWE. And,
Corey
like,
Graves was talking about stuff, and then someone said something about Wade Keller, and Corey Graves was like something about everybody wants to low key work for the WWE, and Wade Keller's like, I've never wanted to work for the WWE, and like I don't know what's going on Twitter, but all these guys have been fighting with each other. Is this normal? Because I don't go on Twitter that often, but I spent a lot of 2020 on Twitter.
I just remember at one point last
They
year.
all shunned Brad Shepard, right?
At one point last year, Brad Shepard's not even a real thing. He's
Okay.
never been a thing.
Oh, okay, because a lot of people dislike that guy.
Yeah, because
and I understand why.
He's a loser, but he's also a nobody. But it's
Okay.
just like, anyways, I remember at one point last year,
Ankit said a lot today.
Satin
I know.
said
So much
something
fan.
and like tagged Meltzer in it or something. It
Yeah.
was like about Ric Flair or something like that. And this is the first time I saw it. And Meltzer just tagged him back. He's like, "You're an asshole" or something like that. He's like, "You're really an asshole. Like you're a dick or something like that." And from then, I think he's always just hated Satin completely.
The two, and you were explaining this in the car, but they're two totally different people. They're not really peers.
The thing is, Satin tries really hard to be nice, but it comes off smug. And
Yeah.
like, if you listen to the guy and like watch the guy, he's definitely a genuinely nice guy.
Yeah.
But he comes off so smug, and I don't think he knows it.
Yeah.
Or he knows it and doesn't care. He probably obviously doesn't like Dave either, so he really
Yeah.
doesn't give a shit. But it's really funny watching them bicker at each other because it's just hilarious.
Yeah,
Is he
I know.
only wrestling? Does he cover anything else?
Who?
Satin.
He used to work for TMZ.
Oh,
But he's been a wrestling fan his entire life. And then at some point he switched from working on TMZ to going full time in his Pro Wrestling Sheet wrestling website, which is breaking
More
news and
gossip.
stories and this and that. Who actually Devin introduced me to a website way back in the day. He's like, this is like the best website for actual news.
He's
That's
like really good at posting news.
Yeah.
Like he like really follows up on his shit. He won't post it if
Yeah.
he like unless he's like really really confirmed. Like
Devin was actually, because I stopped reading dirt sheets at some point, and Devin's like, no, this is like, if you are going to read anything, read this, because this is like legitimate. And Devin's I've always kind of low keyed. I never hated Dave Meltzer, but I always make fun of Dave Meltzer because I just think everyone takes his word as gospel, and I'm like,
No,
form.
at first it was because you were jealous of him.
No, it's form your own opinions. Form your own goddamn opinions, people.
Why do you hate him? Why do you hate him? Because people suck his dick, though.
No, it's the people that suck his dick. I don't hate Meltzer. I met Meltzer. Meltzer's cool. I met Meltzer twice.
It's probably the things that take away from it.
It's like
the ratings.
It's because a lot of wrestling fans are really stupid. That's why we have such a bad reputation.
That's why, because I run a wrestling page, right? I run a wrestling page, right? And I will share my opinion about something. This is one of my favorite matches because this, and this. And then some Nimrod will comment, well, it's only a fucking 4-star match. I don't give a shit if it's a 4-star match. Why is it a 4-star? Because Dave Meltzer says a 4-star match, and that's what that hatred.
You should have been like, really? I only gave it 3.5.
That's what the hatred came from. Because people started using his rating stuff as argumentative facts. Like, they were facts. Like, oh, this is what he said, so that's what it is. Like, no, just because he said it, that doesn't mean it's a fact. You're allowed to have your own opinion.
It's his opinion.
Yeah, and you're allowed to have your own opinion. Dave Meltzer might have thought this was a 4-star match, but for me, it was a 5-star match. So if I say it, that's what I think. If he says, that's what he thinks. And if you're just going to say whatever he says is fact, it's not. And that's what I hate about Dave Meltzer dick riders. I don't hate Dave Meltzer. I was telling you in the cartoon, I'm like, the coolest thing that Dave Meltzer does is like, since I had a New Japan World blog in, I've been going back and watching old matches, and I've been and when I Google these matches, I go to Cage Match and it shows the Wrestling Observer ratings, and I'm like, if I'm gonna watch one of these 4 matches of like, say, like, I don't know, Tanahashi versus Okada, and I'm gonna pick one of the ones I want to watch, I might pick the one that Dave Meltzer rated 5 stars because it must be a little bit better than the other ones. I'll probably end up watching both.
I'm gonna watch Carl Anderson and Shinsuke Nakamura, man.
Yeah, but that's why I appreciate Dave Meltzer for what he does too in that sense, and I'll never diss his hustle or how long he's been doing this and his knowledge. I just hate the people that kiss his ass.
That's what they take away from it.
Or take his word for gospel.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, don't argue with me and use Dave Meltzer's opinions as fact, as an argument to win against me, because that's not true. Like, that's his opinion.
That's true.
And I only started being like, oh, Meltzer this, Meltzer that, because I ran an Instagram page where I was talking to everybody in my comment section.
People actually like do that.
Yeah,
I know they'd give it like a counter argument as a fact of what you said.
And
that's really weird.
That's where
that's
that's where that all came from. Because I'm like, that's what I was like, man, F Dave Meltzer's ratings. Because everyone comes at me like, well, Dave Meltzer said this was a 6-star match, so Kenny Omega's the greatest wrestler ever. I'm like, Kenny Omega's the best wrestler ever. If you think he's the best wrestler, don't base off Dave Meltzer's ratings. If you like Kenny Omega, he's the style of wrestler you like, then you like him. But don't say it because of the ratings.
If you let's say you posted like a segment from this week's Raw or something that you liked, would somebody comment and be like, "Oh, the ratings sucked this week" or something?
Yeah, and some people use the ratings like, "Well, Dave Meltzer said the ratings announced, so it couldn't have been that great of a segment." Did you enjoy the show? That's what matters. Not what Dave Meltzer said about the ratings or how many people were in the crowd attendance. Did you enjoy the show? Like, when people even about AEW, oh, nobody was in the audience. You should tell those
people to drink bleach.
AEW sucks because nobody was in the audience. I'm like, but did you enjoy this show?
Yeah.
Because that's what matters. I don't give a crap how many people are in the audience.
Dave Meltzer loved Japanese wrestling.
Yeah.
He writes about Japanese wrestling. People that follow him like Japanese wrestling.
Yeah.
You hate his followers. You hate Japanese wrestling.
There
you go.
Boom! I like Japanese wrestling.
Oh! No. It's But
I just really want to break that down. And Ryan Satin's really cool because Ryan Satin doesn't do ratings and that. And I've actually got to work for wrestling.
If he did do ratings, you would hate them. If you listen to what he says, he has his own opinion. I don't think I've ever once shared
Opinions are subjective, man.
I don't think I've ever once shared an opinion with him. Ever.
No?
In my entire life.
I don't know because there are certain things he does say on Twitter. I'm like, that makes sense, but not everything.
Oh my God. I don't know. I do not know.
But I like Ryan Satin. I like Dave Meltzer.
He doesn't give
I like Ryan Satin. I like Dave Meltzer. It's nothing that I just think it's funny because they're beefing who would win the fight. My point is, I'm glad I got to clarify where my like hate for Dave Meltzer comes from. It's not Dave Meltzer himself or what he does. It's the people that, as someone that runs an Instagram page for the last 5 years and tries to communicate and has Flick Chat where I have chat rooms with fans and I'm trying to talk and engage with all my fans, like, they use Dave Meltzer's word like it's gospel, and it's like, just form your own goddamn
People
opinions.
say the same thing about Cornette, though, right? It's like it's not him himself, but his followers and how they act upon like, oh, AEW.
No, Cornette, I can see why people have a problem with Cornette. He says things that, you know, in this society, in today's generation, offend people.
But a lot of people can't think for themselves.
That's a whole different situation.
No,
his is more offensive.
People
stuff.
cut out stuff he says and use it.
Oh no, for sure. Because once you start hating him, you try to make him look worse.
Like to back their own opinion there.
Yeah. Like he's not. Yeah.
You know, I just no one takes Ryan Satin's words for gospel. When it's news, is different though. Like when someone's like, Dave Meltzer reported this, I'm like, honestly, if he did, cool. He's been wrong before. There was something that happened recently where I said that. They said something was gonna happen. Oh, Randy Orton's injury is fake, and I'm like, if it is, if like Meltzer reported Randy Orton's injury is fake, I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, if it is, I hope Dave Meltzer's right this time.
I think what he reported was he hasn't had any confirmation about the status of the injury.
Yeah, but that's cool. My point is another reason why I'm anti-Meltzer in a sense is because I like to not know those things. I don't want the update. I just want to watch it and see if he is or isn't injured. I want that surprise.
Your bread and butter is social media. You're
Yeah,
gonna,
no, that's what I mean. So that-
Honestly, one
Like,
word.
what
so exactly. So like I said, so I posted about it, and someone commented, and they said,
it's like a fish saying I don't like water.
so someone commented like, well, Meltzer reported that it's the injury is part of the angle, and then I said, listen,
Kurt Angle?
no, the angle,
Oh, okay.
and I'm like, honestly, if
Team
Meltzer's, Meltzer can be wrong sometimes. If any of these podcasts have come on the past 5 years with Conrad has showed us, Meltzer can be wrong sometimes. I'm like, I actually hope he's right this time, but I'm just gonna go with it and see what happens. And because I didn't take Meltzer's word for fact, I still was on the fence if Randy Orton was injured or not. And then when he wasn't, I'm like, oh, this is great. But I feel like that's the other thing I had a problem with Meltzer with, is when he does report stuff. If you want to know, that's cool that you want to know. But I think that takes away from like the fun part of real wrestling of just not knowing.
That's if you look for it.
Dude,
though,
there's
right?
so much he doesn't report though.
Yeah, which is
like
good.
he doesn't actually report big time spoilers.
Yeah, well, that's good then. I don't know. I never really read the news that all the time and stuff, right?
No,
You're like
he-
a subscriber, right?
Like I've like he'll like write like something, you know, blah blah blah, like almost kind of like cryptic, but like the really big shit he'll like, or like a return to something he knows about, he doesn't write it. He doesn't report it.
That's good.
Cause then it's just like,
Because I think he probably wants people to enjoy it too.
Not even that. Then it's just like, especially if it's like a really like something almost nobody knows, you're almost giving away your source if only like a couple people knew it.
Exactly.
If you were to report it, there goes the sources. Because it's like, let's say only 2 people know this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of the 2 people. Like fuck, they all of a sudden Dave Meltzer doesn't have any more sources, right? He's not really a dick like that. It's just like more like day-to-day stuff, or he reports stuff after it happened.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, but this and this is the story, which is, I mean, I like that shit, so I enjoy it.
And everyone has different, like, I like things a different way. You like things a different way. I supposedly don't like Japanese wrestling.
Or
You're
people
a huge
hate
fan.
Japanese
He's a
wrestling.
part-time Japanese wrestling fan too. But me, never even. I don't even know who the hell's Great Muta. Who are these people? I've never heard of them before. Supposedly.
Keiji Muto.
Keiji Moto. Anyways, that's it about Dave Meltzer. There's one last thing I want to talk about, and then I got to quickly give a shout out to Maestro and Chalkline before we call it a day of this very interesting episode of the TWC Show.
It's been fun. It's just
Well,
last
Unkit barely talked, and Devin tried to throw me into.
Your guys' back and forth was more entertaining.
And
than
Devin
all.
tried to throw
That's
me into
what
like 30 buses.
Honestly, like last couple episodes, you've probably been used to like talking to nobody or having someone agree with you.
Yeah.
So that's why it's no different.
And then
Than,
he came out, he's like, "You are a fraud."
it's no different.
That's how we
than-
opened the show.
It's,
I'm like, okay.
it's no different than all like 32 of our other episodes, however many we're at.
That's true.
But you
I
didn't
think I
even
got
know-
used to you not being here. Now I'm like,
How dare someone disagree with me?
how do you not tell me that my
I'm an
research is
influencer.
invalid?
I'm
Okay.
an influencer. I have
I'm a fraud.
fans.
Okay, I hate the word influencer too, but the fact that you hate someone calling themselves an influencer is why I keep calling myself an influencer.
I know that. I'm not stupid.
I know, but I just, for people that obviously weren't here for off the air stuff, that's what happened.
Don't. Okay, Meltzer already let them behind the curtain for. Jeez.
It's because, man, you gotta ruin the business, man. I'm talking about ruining the business and letting people behind the curtain. There's 2 things that happened this week. One is the behind the curtain thing. Okay. CM Punk.
I missed the dark side of wrestling.
CM Punk.
That was a good show.
That's a good show. That was a
The
good
dark
show.
side of the ring. CM
Yeah.
Punk. Do your research, man. You're such a fraud.
Yeah.
CM Punk.
Vice City.
Vice
Good game.
City. Yeah. GTA Vice City. The wrestling documentaries.
Yeah.
Wrestling with the Shadows.
Go suck a bloodstained dick in
not that
Saudi
one.
Arabia,
The
you
first-
fucking dork.
That's
what he
We'll
said.
talk about that one first. Because the first thing I want to talk about is him showing the card for WrestleMania 30.
Yeah, that was
if that
cool.
was
That
a
was cool.
stupid or a dumb move. Because Mark Henry on Busted Open was like, that was really bad of him. You shouldn't have done that. Like, I don't like when people let people behind the curtain so much. Like, what is he trying
Oh,
to prove?
shut up.
What is he trying to prove? Is he trying to be like, oh, like it's because I left, that's why the card changed?
No, I think what he was
his
showing
motive?
was, look at this cool thing I did. I forgot I had or I just found.
Yeah, because he put
It's
it up,
not-
but he did
it's-
take it down.
But it's not that deep. It's like, oh, hey, I just came across
I
this.
agree with you, but I'm just saying that's what Mark
I think
Henry
the
said.
whole backstory behind that is because his whole argument was that he never main evented WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's probably just showing
The card was kind of interesting too. Like
Corporate.
Corporate Kane versus Big Show.
I
Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns?
I bought tickets to see CM Punk, and then when he left, I was like, I don't even want to go to WrestleMania
I remember that.
anymore. I was
One,
like,
I was sad you didn't invite me, and 2,
and
you
there
wanted
was
to
no,
go see CM Punk.
and there was no Jericho.
Yeah.
I was like, my 2, like, and then Jericho every other year starts coming. After the 2 I went to, he starts showing up again.
Yeah, he was there against Styles at 32. We can go to WrestleMania this year together if you want to.
Where's it this year?
Tampa.
Tampa.
I think Davey Boy will probably go in the Hall of Fame and look at the NWO.
No, I'm gonna be in London.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe next year. Or something.
Yeah, LA next year probably.
If it's
most
in LA,
likely.
that's sweet.
more than
On
likely.
the West, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So
We'll
you
drive
guys,
there.
you didn't think that was a big deal? Him dropping the WrestleMania 30 card. A lot of people
No,
were,
not
like,
even a little bit.
in and off.
We already knew that. We've already known that card since.
Yeah, it's
Well,
well
we
past
knew
its
we knew
time
the
now.
Triple H CM Punk thing.
No, and
the
we
Randy
also
Orton
knew
Batista thing.
we knew it was supposed to be Sheamus and Bryan, and we knew it was supposed to be Randy Orton and Batista.
I didn't know it was
That's
supposed to
the
be
whole
Kane and
card
Big
pretty
Show.
much. Huh? That's the whole card.
I didn't know it was
pretty
supposed to be
much.
Roman Reigns versus. I didn't know they're gonna
Well,
break up.
that was the
I didn't know they're gonna break up the Shield ahead of time.
That was the year they were talking about having a Shield triple threat.
Hey, what was Seth Rollins supposed to do on that card then?
He wasn't important then. He just had a blonde stripe in his hair.
Oh, that's crazy.
Right?
That was a character.
He wasn't the architect yet because he didn't break the shield. Yeah, so that's the first thing. The second thing is the Miz thing on WWE backstage. I don't even know, guys. The Miz thing.
He called. I love anybody that calls anybody a fucking dork. That's awesome.
That was good.
Mike seems like Miz seems like a cool guy though.
But he obviously he's a little dorky.
He likes football. He's good at fantasy football. That's cool. You don't even know what that is.
I do know what it is. Yeah, they have it in Japan too, don't worry. You know, Toronto used to be a part of it.
Because we lost.
Hashimoto, man. Hashimoto.
Oh, man.
I can just say random words.
I bet you your favorite Japanese wrestler of the 90s, Scott Norton.
No, man.
Okay.
He was awesome.
Muda, man. Muda's
he
a
was
man.
awesome.
Muda's a man, dude.
Yeah, he took that.
Remind me of Devon's ever on the show, guys. We're not talking about Japanese
He
wrestling.
took that tweet down real quick.
Which
well,
one?
we're not going to talk about Japanese wrestling until next January anyways, because that's the only time you fucking watch
I
it.
do, actually. And I've admittedly said that so many times. I watch in January. I watch a little bit
During
after,
the
then
summer-
I fall off. But
during
then I
the s-
keep up with everything.
During the summer, I wait to see. I listen to what Post Wrestling says, and then I just watch like I'll watch the like top match of the day.
No, and I get that. That happens to me too. Like there has been matches I've watched throughout the year because everybody be talking about social media, and then I'll go like find it on Daily Motion or some shit and watch it.
Yeah, I always try to watch like the top match of the
Yeah,
day.
like someone actually said that like Lance
Yo,
Archer
the way
match
they-
from
the way
G1
they-
was sick, and I went watched
The
it.
way they book the G1 is crazy though, man. It always ends up working
It's just
out.
too long.
No, but it always ends up working out. The way the points go and everything happens, everything ends up lining up, man. It's so
That's
crazy.
the best part about it.
Do you
And
know-
the thing is, you never know who's going to win what. Like, it's like a bracket that no one ever gets. You know?
No, that's true.
Fraud.
I'm not like next week, guys, we're gonna have a Japanese.
joke, man.
We're gonna have a
Take a
Japanese
joke.
wrestling test. Me versus Devin.
It's going to be a showdown.
Winner takes all.
Is this multiple choice?
Yeah, we're gonna have a what's it called? Like a Jeopardy, I guess. I don't know.
Scantron?
Scantron. Multiple choice test. Me versus Devin on Japanese wrestling.
Number 2 pencil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only. No lead pencils. But anyways, guys, I think that's it for this week because I don't even know. I just want to give a quick shout out to Chalkline Official. I'm wearing my bar jacket, Cesaro and Sheamus, the bar. They're not a team no more, so I thought I should wear this jacket before it makes no sense to ever wear it again. It's a sick jacket, though.
Yeah, it's
But
nice.
if you want any Chalkline Official jackets, you guys can use my promo code TWC15. You can save yourself 15%. They're dropping some bangers this upcoming year. There's new Undertaker Purple Glove jacket. They got the Oozing Machismo Macho Man jacket still. They're dropping a Mega Powers jacket. They just dropped an Usos jacket. They got a Roddy Piper jacket coming out. But they also make jackets for Nickelodeon, for rappers, for movies like Rocky and Home Alone and stuff as well. They also make other merchandise than just jackets. They got shirts and shoes and all this other stuff. So if you are looking to get some Chalkline Official gear, use my promo code TWC15. Now talking about Maestro Classic. I can't do the show no more.
Devin's leading.
Wow, Maestro Classic, guys.
I haven't even made eye contact with him. I purposely lay out during the read so he can do them properly, and he's the one that started talking about Maestro during Chalkline. I didn't do anything. I did nothing.
You killed my vibe, bro. You killed it. Maestro Classic is the best in beard care and is undeniably good at keeping your beard clean and conditioned. It's sulfate-free beard wash to clean the beard without drying your skin, and beard butter to condition it, and beard oil to help it shine. I use it on a regular basis. It keeps my beard fresh and clean. They're the licensed barbers and groomers of the WWE. For the 76ers, for NASCAR, and you'll see all your favorite wrestlers when the beards are looking all fresh and clean, they're all groomed, their haircuts are always perfect. That's all because of Maestro, man. They're backstage, they're doing the thing. So you guys can buy Maestro Classic products online at maestroclassic.com. You can use my promo code TWC Maestro. You save yourself some money. If you don't want to buy it online and you're in the United States, you can go to Target, you can go to Heb. You can buy the products from there too. I couldn't recommend it anymore. I use it. Devin's use it. I've given it to a bunch of friends and people, given them samples, and everybody loves it, man. It's honestly, it's good stuff. But yeah, other than that, hopefully we'll be back next week. I don't know what's going on. This was a good show.
You know that Yokozuna wasn't actually Japanese?
No way.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, tell me Mr. Fuji wasn't.
New facts.
No, he was super Japanese.
Mr. Fuji?
Yeah. Super Japanese.
Yowen Show?
Yeah, remember the early 90s, all like the generic music they always used to give the Japanese wrestler, like Orient Express and stuff.
Yeah. What's that? Master Saito?
Tanaka.
Taka Mikanusho?
Taka Michinoku. This guy's got it.
Taka Mikanushi.
Now you can call him a fraud. Now
I
you can call
told
him
you
a
he's
fraud.
racist. That's what he said. He's making fun of the. He couldn't have just stopped when he said it wrong. He kept going and then made fun
I
of it.
want to be able to. How do you say it?
Michinoku.
Michinoku. Okay, thank you. I was having trouble there.
Funaki's
Indeed.
still there.
He's gonna
Indeed.
chopper your pee.
That was
Valvidez. Yamaguchi-san.
Oh man.
Sonny Ono for the win. Anyways, guys.
He invented the selfie.
Honestly, though, like if we're gonna be realistic, though,
Oh god.
this is the last thing. I probably wouldn't have known much about Japanese wrestling or even known like about New Japan Pro Wrestling and all that stuff if it wasn't for WCW having their relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling back in the 90s, because all those guys would come over like Muda and Jushin Thunder Liger and
NWO WCW World Tour. That game.
Chono,
It was that game.
and Chono and all these guys used to come through WCW and wrestle there, and that's where like I got all my first knowledge from them. And then obviously I used to get like these old Rampage magazines and stuff from the wrestling magazines I used to get from my neighbor, and they'd be talking about ECW and New Japan Pro Wrestling and All Japan Pro Wrestling, and I used to get into it like that. And then I got fascinated when I see things like, oh, the Steiners wrestled in Japan or Sting wrestled in Japan against Muda, and then that led me to go watch Japanese wrestling over there. And then like the nerd I am, I started researching and finding stuff and downloading things and trying to see whatever I could see. And then I will admit it, I stopped watching for years. I think for many years, like around early 2000s, I just didn't care about Japanese wrestling. I was a WWE guy, a WCW guy, and then I started watching Impact more, then Ring of Honor. And then in 2014, when I started my page, on Instagram, everyone's talking about the Bullet Club. They're talking about Finn Balor. They're talking about all this stuff, and I started watching Japanese wrestling. And now
Prince Devitt.
Yeah, Prince Devitt. And
This is basically that whole rant was just like one of your posts.
yeah, it was.
That was you got a formula. I like that. I
And
respect
that was to let people know that Devin's a fraud, calling me a fraud, because I know my shit, and I admittedly didn't watch as much as other people, but I am a student of the game, and I like to know things, and I like to learn things, and I like to read, and I like to spend hours on Google and Wikipedia and all these things and learning what happened and going back and watching matches I think might be interesting and the history of people's stuff,
Watch
because
Carl Anderson and
I
Shinsuke,
am
do it.
the wrestling classic, and I am obsessed with wrestling, and I do like Japanese wrestling, and I'm not racist. And yeah,
You have the last
Carl
one.
Anderson versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, do it. Watch it. There's a few of them.
Okay, I'll check Dave Meltzer's ratings on Cage Match, and
Form your own opinion on that one. Eh?
then I'll form my own. No, but that's the thing. Like, I'll look at his ratings, see what he
Yeah.
likes, and sometimes some of his matches that are 5-star ratings aren't 5-star matches for me. I would give it a different rating.
Wrestler of the year
Just just overall. You want to know the rest of the year
Yes.
of last year?
last year.
That's a good question because we never did like a 2020 or 2019 end of the year awards or anything. But rest of the year last year,
Adam Cole.
Hey, they.
he killed in the end half when they're doing all the NWO stuff. I mean the.
All right, that's a wrap.
Call it. Call it.
NXT invasion stuff. Guys, this show's over. We'll talk about this another time.
Stay tuned next week.
I'll tell you who my wrestler of the year was next week. Have a good night. That's the end.
Let him Google some
Embrace
guys.
the madness. Ooh, yeah, dig it.